Hey, thanks for being with us today on this video for our video announcements. I'm up here in one of the galleries with our friend Bill Lupkin. Bill is, if you remember our conversation yesterday after the 10:30 liturgy, we're launching into a project of the restoration of these great windows here in Trinity English Lutheran Church. Of all of the art and greatness of this space, one of the most spectacular things here, and maybe even sometimes neglected things, is these fantastic windows that are both massive and colorful and historic, and there are not enough superlatives probably for this. And Bill here, as we said yesterday, we are fortunate, truly one of the premier restorers of stained glass in the United States, maybe even the world, is 3 blocks down the street from us. So good to have you with us, and to be part of this project that's going to involve us for about 3 years.
Yeah.
So we're up here with one of these windows, and I know a lot of you probably have never come up this close to one of these windows, and over this period of time, we're going to want you to take a little time to come up here, but tell me what we're looking at here, Bill.
Well, the main thing that happens with stained glass, now these were installed in 1925, so that's 100 years. Now, lead has a lifespan of anywhere from 50 to 75 years before it starts giving way. And they use lead because it's a strong material, but it's also pliable.
And the lead is what's in here,
yes,
is that correct?
Holds each piece of glass. And then the method that they used years ago, these heavy raw, these iron bars with tie wires hold the window in the opening. But now as the lead deteriorates, and sometimes the wires break or they'll pull loose from the lead, from the solder joint, then the windows actually begin to sag. And
you can see that a little bit.
Oh,
in
yeah,
this.
yeah. But because of the way they did these, they're every 18 inches, 12 inches, and then they're divided with what we refer to as a T-bar, and that gives it structural support. So, the thing that most people don't realize is that the windows are not only beautiful, but they are a structural important part of the building. And, originally they were to let light in and to tell a story and beautify the space, which these
does
are definitely,
does all of that.
Yes, but for 100 years, they've done their job real well.
Yeah. Now, I know we're fortunate. One of the reasons we're doing this project is you brought it to our attention what's happening with them. And there have not been too many pieces of glass breaking yet. I mean, there are, like you could see in here, and some of the other ones, that there is some glass breakage, but you're not wanting to wait until the glass starts to fall out.
Right, because the more cracks that happen, that means the windows are getting more and more fragile.
And then more expensive repair.
Well, exactly, because each piece, like in these borders and stuff where they've been, kind of etched from the sandblasting and stuff, and the cracks, each of those pieces has to be recut, repainted, refired, and the process that we will do on these, because of the respect that they deserve, is that on any of the important areas, the symbols, or especially the figures, if there is a face or a hand or something that is cracked, I would rather use a tinted epoxy, and then we will plate that piece between two pieces of clear glass. Because of the historic value of it. The borders, that's why they are made like that, because they know
they can withstand kind of.
When you have to remove them, that's the first area that's going to be subject to cracking.
Yeah. So these windows stand in line of about 800 years of artistic history.
Oh, most definitely.
That these are related to in their sense, in their artistic sense, to art that you will go and see in medieval churches in France.
Yes, yes.
And England. If not the exact artist and repeating of it, you'll see ideas in here that go back 900 years.
Right, now the style, and this is what's so interesting to me. Trinity English Lutheran Church. Yeah. These are definitely English style windows. There's no other church in Fort Wayne that has this type of stained glass. You have a lot of the Munich style, like the cathedral, early American art glass like St. Paul's Lutheran. You have also a beautiful church on South Anthony, Grace Lutheran, which had beautiful Munich style windows from Hemer and Company, which were out of Cleveland. Our Tolan Wright that did these windows also was out of Cleveland. But his approach, just like Harry Wright Goodhue, was very much based on the arts and crafts Gothic revival
that was coming out of England.
That was coming out of England.
Yeah.
And these are excellent examples of that.
Yeah. And as we'll chronicle this project over the years that we're doing it, and sometimes not always easy to see down at the pew level, but all of the detail that exists inside of all of these panes, sometimes they look clear or white downstairs, but then when you get up close to it, all of this painting that has been done inside of it, that's the stained glass part, isn't it?
Right, well, and the way that they did it to control the light, you know, there's areas where there are definite points of almost clear, but there's a very light mat of paint over it that holds the light in control so that they're not blinding, but there's enough sparkle. You know, if you notice little areas like that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this so powerful.
Yeah. So you're saying that all of these were designed specifically to be here.
Oh yeah, almost definitely, yeah.
You know, they didn't go shopping off the rack and in a catalog and say, hey, we want 26,
see, but
we want 26.
Munich windows are like that.
Oh.
I mean, they actually had a catalog. But these are very individual. The individual artists that did them both had an individual style. Now, the clear story windows are more in a conic style. Tolan Wright's are a little bit different with the way he uses color, but they're both excellent examples. Now, when we were talking about the restoration of these windows, when we take these windows out of the opening, we take them to the studio, we lay them on a table, we make a rubbing of them so that each piece is like a layout of this entire window. And we measure all the sizes, where the bars are, etc. Then we start taking the windows totally apart. Now, when we do these windows, because of the paint, we will use just warm water and a very mild dish soap to get the dirt and grime off of it. Any of the broken pieces will be replaced, like I say. There's a lot of damage to the sides here where you can see when they had cleaned the cement here, the masonry, there's a lot of issues with the sandblasting.
Got a little close.
Yeah, you know, and those can be redone. That's no problem. But then each piece is then cleaned and then laid back out, and then they're totally re-leaded with new lead, and new tie wires will be put on, and then they're cemented and cleaned again, and then when they're finally brought back to the church, then they're installed.
So, but as for the people who are listening to this, that every piece of this is going to be disassembled.
Oh yeah.
And put back together again.
Yeah.
In its right place.
Yeah. So you have brand new windows with the original glass.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's why the Europeans do it. Now, you know, once these windows are totally restored, you know, then they should last another 100 years.
It'll be somebody else's issue.
I won't be here.
Me neither. Me neither.
But the value of them and just the value in beauty that they are is just,
Right.
yeah, you just can't replace that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. No matter how many times I see different things like that, it just always amazes me.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of them here in this space. There's a whole bunch of them here.
Yes, there's quite
That's
a
why it's going to take 3
yeah.
years.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you can't hurry this. You know, you can't just jump in it. And
You said to me at one point that each of these will take approximately a month,
at least.
at least.
So, because, you know, I mean, I don't know how many, look how many pieces are.
I know. It's mind-boggling. Like,
Yeah. But, you know.
This is a little bit bigger than your 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that's on your dining room table.
The thing would be, and I would mention that while we have the windows at the studio, it would be very, very interesting if parishioners would like to come and see their windows.
For sure, up close.
Because to see this glass this close is a lot different than seeing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many intricate little things going on, and they were all done for a reason, and it's just, you just have to love it. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I know, I agree with what you're saying, because I know when I first got here, you're standing downstairs, you're standing on the nave floor, and you're looking at these, and wow, those are really great. Mm-hmm. And then you come up here, and then you start looking at them, and what's inside of it, and your perspective, even when you're downstairs, completely changes.
Yeah,
you know,
almost definitely.
Because, you know, the awareness that you have of the, you know, the art that's going into each of these little panes of glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so interesting to see. And for me, you know, being involved in this many years, this is really the only way you can really learn the art of stained glass, is to be able to be exposed to work like this and be able to have to work on it and understand it. And over the course of my time in stained glass, you know, I've been doing this almost 50 years now. The things you learn by touching work that was done by a master before you that's like a college education.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I've said to a few people here, we are phenomenally fortunate to have you here.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, you know, because of you and Peter's skills, but you're right here, so we're not paying to ship you in and ship you back out.
Yes, that would add to the cost quite a bit. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're right here. You know, so the restoration of this magnificent art takes place right here in our city.
Yeah, and it's only a couple blocks away. So.
Yeah. And I remember when we did the small ones downstairs, and even when they came back, you know, just how the colors popped a little bit more now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, these will be brighter, but you know, the way they were painted, you know, will still control the light. They'll just be a little bit more.
The light will be brighter and newer. And
oh yeah, I mean just the way the glass will read will be awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, you know, the dirt and stuff that affects it from the inside. It's also the dirt that's on the outside.
Right. Yeah.
And that is the biggest issue that probably has saved these windows to a certain extent, was that they were storm glazed or storm protected years ago.
I think in the 50s.
Yeah.
I think they did that in the 50s.
See, that's 75 years worth of, or not 75.
Yeah.
Well, close,
about
75.
that. Yeah, about that. Yeah, 70, 75 years.
So that helps it a lot.
And then when we replace them, there will be new storm glass to protect them on the outside again.
Yeah. To do a design, let's say to do a colored sketch of like one of the transepts. That would probably take 2 to 3 weeks to get it designed and then colored, and then you'd have to redo, you'd make copies until you had the colors where you were comfortable with it. And then from that point, that's done in scale. So after the color sketch is approved, then you have to go to the full-size drawings, and you can have at least a week into each one of those panels drawing it out. Now that doesn't include doing all the detail work on the flesh, the symbolism, and how you're going to paint it, etc. When I do a full-size cartoon like that, I will indicate how I am thinking of painting it. And I'm very fortunate that I have 2 sons that I've taught to do that. So, I still like to hog most of the
the fun stuff, the fun part of the project, yeah.
But it's very important because to do that amount of glass, one man, you'd be on it for months.
Yeah.
And that ain't counting putting it together.
Right.
Now you also got to think, look how many pieces there are that have to be cut.
Well, and each one of them has a stencil in it, or
it's painted. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
what we would refer to as painted, or like this grisaille pattern in the background here, and all these little ornamental embellishments. I heard that the Hartold and Wright windows, somebody actually went up and picked up some of them and brought them back in the rumble seat of their car. Now, whether that's true, I don't know, because I wouldn't want to try to do that. Because
you're living on the edge.
You can see, like I say, this is 4 by about 4.5, where that big bar is. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections before you get to the kites.
Well, Bill, thanks for coming up here with
bet.
me. I'm looking forward to this a lot, and just being with you for the next 3 years as you're taking these things
thank
in.
you.
And getting to see this and helping everybody else get to see this stuff up close and get a deeper appreciation of this great art that is right here with us every week.
Yeah,
Sitting here every week.
If people actually knew what they had, you'd have a standing room only all the time.
Well, that's the idea. We're going to get that.
Yeah. They are so unique.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Good to be with you. Looking forward to the project.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of this with your prayers, your offerings, and all the other things that all of this happens here for. Thanks for being with us, and we'll talk to you soon.